Whew. Well, what do you say we start digging into this? Now that we know the car's in fairly good running condition and kind of drives, I think it's time we address the interior a little bit here. And by that I mean it needs floors, something fierce. So we gotta start tearing all this stuff out and pull this old nasty carpet out of here so that we can actually kind of see what we're working with. You can already tell from the bottom that they're in really bad shape. But, you know, we might as well have a look from inside here. And there's plenty of mouse droppings and everything else from all the years of sitting in here. So I'm going to clear out some of this stuff here, and we'll start here in the back seat and kind of see what we can figure out as far as you know, getting this at least cleaned out. It's Ref D, don't know what that is. I'm also hoping that maybe, I'm not sure where they kept them on these Cadillacs, but if we could find a build sheet under his seat maybe that hasn't got destroyed by a mouse, that would be kind of cool. Oh, let's see here. Let's see if I can find... Kind of get a little bit of a light in there anyway. I gotta tell you, it's Friday night after work, and I'm on call this weekend, and my work phone has done nothing but ring already. I don't know why everybody's got their panties in such a wad. I've had 3 guys call me that want to go work tomorrow. I'm sorry to tell you, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I ain't working tomorrow. Now I know there's a hook in these things that I gotta be careful getting in here because the floor won't hold me. Thing just keeps getting stuck on that hook. Let me grab a light, another light. I don't know if there's some sort of trick. Should be able to just push it forward and release it. But so far, oh. Did it go? Nope. I don't know what in the world's going on here, but I can't get in the dang thing. Oh. God. Holy shnikes. I can't even pry that thing over. You should be able to just move these. If this is anything like my Impala, holy shit. Are you kidding me? Did it go that time? I don't think so. Nope. That thing's got to move like an inch. To get past that tab that's holding it. There it goes. Holy shit. And stuff. Pardon my French. Good Lord. That shouldn't be that hard. Well, there's that seat. Seat bottom. Yeah, she's a little crusty. A lot of mouse crap in there. I'll kind of show you what I was talking about here. This side there should be an ear right there that's missing or broke off. Look how nasty that is. But I'll show you over here. You gotta get your, there's a bar, seat bar that comes in underneath this tab right here. And you gotta push it back and get it past this so that you can lift it out of there. Boy, those have seen a better day, haven't they? I don't even think that doesn't come with floors. I think the floor pans are just there, and then this is a totally separate piece because I've seen it listed. Whew! Have to get the shop vac out and suck that down. So now we got to figure out what to do with the backrest. Careful now. She's moving. I think we got her. Out she comes. Okay, there's that. Easy. Lots more of the same, a lot of mouse nest. Overall though, I mean, it could be worse for how long it sat. And that's not in that bad a shape in there. We might be a little soft around in there. We'll know more. There's a old connector for something. Okay. Now I think this front seat actually bolts in from the bottom of the car from underneath, I believe. But I think what I'm going to do is hook up the battery and see if I can raise this front seat up a little bit. So I can look under it a little better. I think it should move. Let's see. Yep, there it goes. I don't know if you guys can see it moving forward. Well, we'll move it forward, and then I'm going to kind of look under the floor back here and see if I can see where those bolts would be. Yeah, it looks like it's going to come up, unbolt from the bottom, from underneath the car. Let me check this other side just to be sure. And then we got to figure out how to disconnect it too. All right. I'm gonna take her up in the air, and then once I get her up, we'll kind of have a peek ski. All right, well, I lied. The bolts are actually on the top side, and they're not fun to get to. As I'll try to demonstrate here. Oh, the plus side though, they've actually came out. And with the glove box open, we had a dome light come on. That's pretty neat. Oh, what to do with my light? Oh no. Oh. Oh, there it is. Hiding. I need it so I can see. Okay. Try to get jammed up under the seat here and figure out where this one is. There it is. Hey, there's a connector I need to get. Okay. Now the trick here is fueling with one hand, holding the light with the other, and trying to get the angle right. There we go. Nothing to it. Now I believe if you had a cruise control model, your cruise control would be right up here. And I also believe that this interior color is called Cambridge Blue. Oh, where'd you go? There you are. Cambridge Blue with leather, some fancy word, things that I don't understand, but I believe that's what this was called. It was Cambridge Blue, and actually it has a white vinyl headliner, which is in really good shape except for this hole right there. That's really too bad. But this car's pretty well optioned. I believe in the Series 62s, power windows and power locks were an option. Air conditioning was an option. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a vent up here under the dash for a heat vent that, according to the spec sheets, was also optional. And the clock, I believe, was optional. Really, the only thing this doesn't have is cruise control and the photo eye, whatever that would be up here to shut your brights off. But I believe it has pretty much everything else for options, which is pretty wild to think about. And we're getting close here. Just give me another hour and a half and I'll have this one out. I wish that dome light up there would work. That's pretty neat. It's got a pretty nice little design in the middle of it. I don't know, it kind of looks like the North Star or something maybe. I don't know. I need to figure out too, man, you see all kinds of stuff when you're laying down here on the floor. But let me just keep on. I can't get the seat to actually go back far enough to get these bolts in the right spot. So they're not, they're halfway covered with the seat frame, and you know, that's okay. We'll get her. There's a lot of wires and vacuum lines up under this thing. Oh. You guys okay back there? Whew! I wasn't expecting that. Oh, hold on. Let me go ahead and get you back here where you're supposed to be. Well, I suppose the seat's loose. We do have a wire up there. We got to get out or unhooked, and then I think my plan's gonna be to try to drag it out the back door. I don't know if she'll fit. Be a lot easier with two folks here. But I've got this orange wire up here I gotta get. Right there. Red to orange, I suppose is what it is. Any wagers on whether this connector just shatters, falls apart? Oh! Well, she's starting to come. Hold on a second. Let me put my flashlight down. This is going to be one of them hold and pray, pull. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That's a Christmas miracle. And there was a ground on the other side that was actually attached to one of the bolts. But I think that's it. All right, well. Oh boy. That is not a light seat. Let me tell you. I don't know. Oh, I think she's snagged up on the carpet over here. Well, if it don't fit through the back door, it surely isn't fitting through the front door. Yeah, this is going to be next to impossible with one person. It hooks on everything imaginable. Oh. Oh. Oh, you poor old girl. Well, maybe she might go. A little bit at a time. Oh, maybe not. But maybe. I don't want to ruin anything. She'll go. She'll go. Oh, it only weighs about 100 pounds. That's not too bad. There's just nothing holding it to. Oh, shit. Okay. Coming down. I think I just broke the power seat switch. That's gonna cost me $1,000. Son of a bitch. Yep. There she is. Dang it, Bob. If you just ask for some help. Okay. Go ahead. Wrap this up. That sucks. Did not mean to do that. Whew. Well, there's the underside of the front seat. Here's your connector, your relay and stuff for the power seats. These tracks definitely need to be cleaned up. These all hook up like speedometer on the transmission. Here's that ground I was talking about. Yeah, so these cables all just run back and forth. I don't see a build sheet, so I don't know if they put them under the seat in these cars or not. There's a number, 12 something, 12 by 4. Can't hardly read it. But this was all, would have been all tucked up in with bull ring deals, and look at that seat cushion, or that foam. Not great. Unless that build sheet might be tucked up in somewhere. I don't see it. Son of a bitch. I can't believe that broke. Damn it. It's gonna cost me a small fortune, I'm sure. Oh, what do you do? Anyway. Boy, there's all kinds of room for activity now. So this carpet, that blue, kind of like a royal blue almost, and then it's got a foam padding under it, and then that floor that's just absolutely shot. This back here might be salvageable, but she's in bad shape. We'll take care of her. We'll do the best we can. Finally got an air compressor. It's leaking air because I gotta have the tank open because I'm doing the break-in. But what a deal! Home Depot for the win. Little 30-gallon 2-stage, 175 psi. It was on clearance, brand new. Couldn't beat that. Not bad at all. So we'll finish breaking that in. And then I had to go get filters for this. And we're going to start vacuuming some of the crap out of here. And then we'll continue on pulling this carpet out. Okie dokie. Well, we're going to start. I made a funny mistake last night. I started doing a little rust vacuuming up there. Well, I forgot that my shop vac didn't have a filter in it. I about killed the poor puppy dog. I turned around and it was just full of smoke, or not smoke, but dust everywhere. So we're gonna hope and pray here that these screws come out, because I got to take these sill plates off each side and try to get this back half of carpet out. It's actually 2 pieces of carpet. There's the front section and the rear. So I'm going to try to get these screws out and get these 2 sill plates out off the back. And then I might have to do the front as well to get, it looks like the carpet kind of goes all the way up to the front sills. So I'm going to try to do that. Let's see here if we can get super lucky. Oh baby, I don't know. I would use my new compressor to blow out the screw heads, but I don't have any attachments for it down here yet. That one went. This one here is very tight. Oh, I don't know. Let's try this front one. It's always the first one or the last one that is the one that gets you. And in this particular case, it appears it's going to be the first one. Oh. There she goes. Whew. Starting to sweat a bullet there. Oh yeah. Well, all things considered, That could be a lot worse. All right, I'm gonna try to get these other ones off. We'll try to get this back half of the carpet out of here, and then we'll start vacuuming some stuff out. All right, well, I'm gonna sneak around the other side. We got all the sills off. Let's go ahead and see what we can get accomplished here. This stuff is just not in good shape. And there's not much, you know, floating on top of it that needs to be saved. I haven't found any cool coins or anything like that. So, ooh, I wonder if that's glued. Oh. Probably wouldn't be a terrible idea to have a mask on, huh? Ah, it'll be all right. I might need to take these off. I can't flex them. They're metal. Hi, Pretty Fuzz. Madison's walking around out here thinking to herself, what are you doing? Why are you tearing this car apart, Dad? She doesn't get to go for rides in this one anyway, so she shouldn't be concerned. So I think if I take that top cap off there, I'm hoping that very carefully I can take these at least far enough up to get the carpet out from underneath them. Squeeze my lard butt in here. Oh, those babies are on there pretty good. There it goes. All right. That's part of the front, apparently. Ooh, that's part of the vent. That's pretty neat. Let me come over there to the other side. Set these. I don't want to shut a door and bend them or something, you know what I mean? Well, you need your screwdriver. What'd I do with that? Bury it? What do you guys think? Are we biting off a handful more than we can chew here, or? It'd have probably been smart to get the windows functioning before doing this. But we're not very smart, and you guys know that, so everything on this car is like aluminum or metal or, you know, something like that. Pop metal? I don't know. You know what else is kind of neat? Pretty sure I figured out where the build sheet is, and I'm pretty sure it's still there. That would be cool. From what I can read, behind the glove box, and there's a paper wadded up back there, folded, rolled, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not exactly sure how to get to it. It's going to be a very temperamental operation. Okay. Let's just make sure there's no hidden relics. And I'm going to try to roll this up And we're gonna just jam it in our air compressor box over there. Ah. All right, well that carpet's out. Now, we gotta get this padding out of here. Yep, sure as the day is long, that's a vent. And this thing is, whoa, really well attached to the transmission tunnel here. I would crawl up in here, but I'd fall through the floor, so we're not going to do that. Oh man, these things are so bad. And I'm not sure what this really is here, but it ain't gonna be there anymore. We could mulch some of this stuff up and put it in glass bottles like Whistling Diesel did and ship it off to anybody that's interested in original 1961 rust and carpet. Probably should have bought some rust treatment for some of this. Oh. I don't know if it's the if they glued this down or if it's the rust holding it down. Not really sure. And there's where I fell through the floor. Trying to get the back seat out. Put my foot down to brace myself. She went right through the floor. All right, let's haul this over to the box. I don't know if you guys can see it from where you're at, but not so much here or down here, but you know, that whole thing is gone. Here, I'll show you. Take a walk on the wild side. Yeah, she gone. There might be a brace under there. These are those vents I was talking about. Right here. They must come up from the heater box up in there, and then they come down through. Floor heat for the rear. That's pretty fancy. Pretty fancy for as old as this thing is. I didn't know they even knew how to do stuff like that yet. They did. They were pretty smart back then. Although the one thing they did not know how to do was to make horsepower. That's why everything had such big engines in it. From what I have gathered anyway. They didn't realize yet that it was all about the cylinder head and not how big a block it had. So they just kept building bigger and bigger engines and getting minimal horsepower. All right, let's get the shop vac over here and let's start sucking some of this stuff up, and then we'll move on to the front. All right. Now, whoa, dropping stuff everywhere. So pans for this car, you can't get a whole floor. And I haven't been able to find anything compatible with this. So it's gonna be 4 separate pieces, and you cannot get this transmission tunnel either. So I'm pretty happy that that's in good shape. To where we can get these floors. This floor has been done once already, so I'm kind of excited to get that front area out of there and see. I think they just riveted it with seam sealer. I don't think they did any welding or anything like that. Hey, look at our dome lights on. All right, we did drop her down off the lift and rolled it back so we could get doors all the way open. And I need to get the carpet up over the gas pedal here on this side. Maybe. Okay. And then, of course, we got our gauges here. We'll just gently move those off to the side. Now the other side, there are screws actually holding, there are screws holding the carpet up along the footwell up there. So I'm gonna have to go over there and open that up. And I don't know if that was something that they had done when they put new floors in this, or if that was a Cadillac thing. Probably not a Cadillac thing. Well, maybe. Yeah. Sure was. There's little pegs right there for them. We'll put that in our pocket. We got one more right here. I'd really like to know how to get that build sheet out of there. You almost have to take the dash apart to get it out. I'll take that screw, please. Thank you. What else? There's a couple screws here holding this carpet on the side. which that carpet's in bad shape too. Them dang mice just destroy everything. And honestly, I'm really surprised this car is not a lot worse than it is for as long as it's sat out in that field. We might keep this piece though to try to figure out how we're gonna build new ones. Look at all those vacuum lines and stuff. All for the blower system. I think this actually has vacuum door locks on it too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it does. Yep, there's that new floor pan. Oh baby, I'm gonna roll this over to that side. Oh boy, look at that. Well, I mean, sure, that's one way to do it. Not even gonna lie, I'm kind of impressed. All right, let me get this carpet out of here, and then I'll vacuum this front area up, and we'll have a look at everything. Oh, that's been patched up there too, maybe. I know this trans tunnel up here. Oh, the new floors might get some of that. I don't know. I don't know. Oh. Well, there it is. Let me grab my light. Go forget it if I don't grab it. It needs every floor. I think this back here we can hopefully salvage. I don't know. Anybody want to see me get out the ultrasonic thickness gauge and we can go through and take measurements? So the seat rails, actually, if you can see here, let me find somewhere to put this light. There should be 2 bolts in the front, 2 bolts in the rear, and we had the 2 inside ones, and that was it. This one was missing. I think this one's broken off. Same on both sides. So the seat has definitely been out. But if you need a good look at our exhaust, you know, that patch piece that I just put in, it's right there. Yeah, I don't even think that's metal for the patches over there. I'm pretty sure that's plastic. So, I mean, you can see a lot of seam sealer kind of used around stuff and all that. So I don't know, it's gonna be a learning curve. I've never put floors in anything. This wasn't the car that I wanted to learn how to do it on, if you want me to be honest about it. But you know, here it is. It's January. We need a winter project. A lot of you guys have been waiting for us to get back on this Cadillac, and Matt and I talked and we decided, you know what, it's time. Let's tear it down, because we want to drive this thing, and it'd be pretty sketchy to drive it with the floors like that. We took Mom and Dad for a ride, so I don't know. I got a bunch of under metal in today too for a sneak peek. I don't know if you can see it in the back of my truck there. That's for something that hasn't been on the channel for a while, but you guys have seen it. So anyway, I mean, that's where we're gonna be with this. Obviously we have to get everything ordered and all that, but at least wanted to get everything tore out and really get a good eye on everything to make sure that when we do order stuff, hopefully we get everything we need. The floor pans do not include this area on either side. They're literally this front section on both sides and the centers in the rears, and that's it. You cannot get the transmission tunnel. You can't get this whole center section. So whatever rust we do find there, it doesn't look bad, but it's gonna have to be custom made. So, all right, real quick before we go here, I did already make the ending to this video, but I wanted to just pop in here and just kind of showed you. I hit all of this with a nice wire wheel, this guy here on an angle grinder, and cleaned all this up, and then I just treated it with that Permatex rust preventative stuff. This needs a little bit of cleanup, but all this metal is good. Even back in there, it's all in pretty good shape. We do have, you can see the corrosion pitting. There's 2 pinholes right here. You can see one here, and then a small one there, and then there's one there. The corrosion pits are pretty deep right here. This is all not very, it's pitted, but it's not very bad. And the funny thing is, this kind of corrosion pitting in the cathodic protection world is actually considered pretty minor. Now this, depending on what type of steel you're working with, like if you're on like a 256 wall or something like that, this would technically be considered minor as well, but this steel's not that thick like it would be you know, on a mainline pipeline or something like that. But we're gonna have to probably address this. Maybe just patch a piece in here and then cut the top of this off and patch a piece in there. I think that's kind of maybe a standoff for the seat bottom. I'm not exactly sure, but there's definitely some corrosion pitting there. All this up here is good steel. This is all good steel. So that's good. Pretty minor concerns. I just treated it with this. Once this dries, I'm gonna try this stuff out. I've never actually used it. Rust reformer instantly converts rust. I didn't know if it did the same thing this stuff does, because it looks like it paints it black. It says it's to protect, instantly converts rust to a protected paintable surface, but we'll try that, and then we're gonna hit it with some rusty metal primer, and then we'll probably coat everything with like a rubberized undercoat or something like that, just to make it nice. And then obviously we'll get all this stuff on order here soon, and start digging into the main problem area. But I did want to just kind of show this side versus that side. That's what it looked like. This is after some grinding and some rust treatment. So like I said, once that dries, I'll hit it with that other stuff, and then I'll actually kind of record a little bit showing you what I did when I go to do the other side. Anyway, we definitely appreciate all you guys. Thanks everybody so much for watching. We are in 2025 now. Happy New Year. I guess the video that would have released last night, Friday night, you guys are probably watching right now as I'm recording this one. I know Professor Matt's got stuff coming, but we're gonna keep rolling. If you guys keep watching, we're gonna keep making. So feel free to click the subscribe button if you haven't, and we'll see you in the next one.